Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Sit Down and Heal with Coach Derek. And tonight, we have a special topic. But first, this is what I do. I am your certified healing journey and relationship coach, which means we heal first. And then I'm the bridge between the healing and the potential relationship, not just with a significant other, but with yourself. We got to get a journey back to you before you can become two. Yeah, I just did that. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You can sing gifts. So let's do this, y'all. So for those of you who are here for the first time, we talk about healing. We talk about relationships and everything in between, tangential to it and everything else. But healing is first. So let's talk about anxious attachment, y'all. Bam Bam is in the building. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming in. So let's talk about anxious attachment. But we're going to take a different angle, right? Because we talk about this topic in our own way almost every show I do, because it permeates through your life, right? And just to give you like a 2-second blurb, these are and I'm going to talk very, very, very layman's terms tonight. We're not reading definitions from a book or anything like that. I'm going to tell you how it operates and feels versus telling you what it is, so you'll understand where it comes from the root, right? These are the people who need consistent reassurance. They tend to be a little like, where you going? I need to know. I need to make sure you're not going to leave. I'm attaching to you because I'm afraid you might leave me. I have anxiety over this because I want to make sure that I'm safe. So I need for you to show me constantly that I don't have to be afraid, right? And it takes many forms, but it all comes from a similar source, right? We're not going to talk about the other attachment styles. That's why I specifically named this one. It holds a special place in my heart, right? So a lot of times this anxious attachment comes from an abandonment wound, right? And so let me parse this out for you before I frame this out, because I'm going to take you on a journey. When we say abandonment, most people think absent parent. Maybe you're adopted. They're physically missing. So I feel abandoned. I got daddy issues. I got mommy issues. They wasn't there, right? But sometimes abandonment could mean emotionally abandoned. The parent's still there, but the emotions aren't. Abandonment wound. You could have a parent that suffers from depression and they can't always be there for you. Abandonment wound. Similar, different sources, and the outcomes start to look similar, even though the origin story is different. And we put them under this umbrella because there's a part of you that needs to feel safe, a part of you that needs to feel secure. But your behavior is insecure. Let's keep going. So now we're going to talk about what it looks like on the inside of an anxious attachment that started from your childhood and permeates throughout your adult life in many ways. But where I'm saying this slowly so you'll get where I'm going with this. The primary focus tonight isn't about your need for reassurance per se. It's not about the people that you pick because you have an anxious attachment. It's going to be who you become. What do you do? What manipulation tactics do you use to get your reassurance? Because the need and the desire for the reassurance becomes your primary mission. By any means necessary, I need reassurance because my internal safety, even though it's insecure behavior, it makes me feel safe. I need it, I want it, and you will give it to me. This is the mind of an anxious attachment when they are dealing with people that tap into the things that they didn't get. So we're talking about emotion. Where do we do the most emotions? Relationship, right? It's where we it's all up in here. And when you get into those mushy, vulnerable spaces, the need for reassurance goes up. Because some of the closest relationships that we've had from here started with mommy and daddy. So when you get into a relationship, emotions start flaring up. The reassurance, the need becomes an obsession. And we project that over to the people we choose. But even when we choose these people, the need for reassurance never goes away. Because it's innate. It's part of our root programming. It's part of our trauma. It's part of our childhood wounds. It's always been there. We need it. Right? So this is what happens when you peel back the layers of the actual anxious attachment outside of the clinginess, outside of the need for reassurance. What are the mechanics behind it? What are they thinking? What is the motive when you're outside dating? Because it's not primarily to find someone that aligns with you. For those of us who have not realized that we have this, who have not dealt with the childhood trauma, the trauma in the little kid are leading the charge. So in order for you to get this thing that you're looking for, reassurance, sometimes you have to do some performances. Sometimes you have to manipulate. And this is what it looks like. Let's go on a journey. So let's pretend in the land of make-believe. Because you know we like to go there. Because if I say it's real, then y'all going to be like, who we talking about? We're in the land of make-believe. This is hypothetical, right? So when we go into the land of make-believe, let's pretend that there's a man. Let's give him a name. Let's call him John. And the woman, we'll call her Tanya. So John has the anxious attachment. He meets Tanya. So pay attention to what I'm going to do with John, because John is a good guy. John has good intentions, but the need for reassurance goes above all of that. So now, when John is inside a relationship with Tanya, pay attention. He has to do things that sound like this. Well, Tanya, you just came home and I've been sitting here by myself and you didn't even give me a kiss yet. Like what's going on? And Tanya's like, I just got home. Like, no. I've been sitting here and it's been 5 minutes and you haven't even looked at me. I don't pay attention. Let's stop. So what John is doing is he's creating and projecting a scenario onto Tanya to where she kind of has to give him the reassurance without him directly asking for it. He didn't say, come give me a kiss. He said, you are choosing not to give me a kiss. It's almost like reverse psychology, right? You become this person who has to manufacture things. Because if you ask them directly, they might be like, hold on. But if you say, hey, I'm here, and you didn't even see me. I'm sitting over here. What are you doing? Now, they're making you indirectly the villain. And you just came home from work. And what Tanya will do, not the one in the comments, but what Tanya in the scenario will do, if she wants her partner to feel loved, she's going to jump into action and give the kiss so they could be okay. Ooh. So now, The need to control, pay attention to the words, the need to control how you get the reassurance. Because pay attention, you have been this person your whole life. You've kind of learned what works and what doesn't work. If you go directly and say, where you been, why you got home, they might not like that. So then you manufacture and you figure out different ways to get the same thing so that you can get the feels that you need. Well, I was wondering if we could go out of town this weekend, but you never really pay attention to me anyway, so we probably won't even go. Now the other person is forced to do this. Well, I do pay attention to you. Look, I'm paying attention to you. What are you talking about? Like, I don't get. So now you're getting attention again. Now they have to tell you that they care about you. Reassurance. You just manufactured it for yourself. So now, this good person has inadvertently, for their own needs, the child inside of them needs, they have become a manipulator. See, we don't ever look at this when we use that, the manipulator, we don't ever look at ourselves. So if you find the right one, and I'll use right loosely, they will do what you ask, even though it sounds silly, even though it doesn't even make sense. Even though I've been with you for 2 years and I've shown you that I'm here and I'm committed and whatever, you don't really love me, do you? You don't really care. You didn't see me over here trying to tie my shoe, and you didn't even offer to help. It starts to become a pattern, because if you don't get it, then you feel alone. Even though you're in the same house, you feel alone, because the thing that you did not receive when you were young, that was detached, abandoned. And remember, it doesn't mean the person wasn't there, the parent wasn't there. The emotions could be the abandonment. The parent could be going through something to where they can't be there, like an illness or a hospitalization. They're still not present in the way that you feel like you need it. So you will start to crave it later. Sometimes. I have to keep saying sometimes, because there's always going to be people that don't fit the narrative. It's not everyone. Sometimes that abandonment is going to follow you through your life, and you will pick people based on this, right? I talk about this here a lot. When you do this behavior, you almost got to kind of find somebody who's willing to do it for you, right? And we did a show about external validation and all of these things. This all fits together in a puzzle. But tonight we're framing it in a way where you have to create narratives in order for you to receive the reassurance. Now, it sounds like a lot of work to have to create these narratives for you to feel this way. But let me tell you why it's not as hard as you think, right? You would think that's a lot of work. It's really not a lot of work when you are getting fed little pieces of reassurance all the time. You're willing to do the work. The work becomes a part of who you are. It doesn't feel like work anymore because you're getting your needs met. But it's not you, it's your inner child. That inner child has an appetite that you can't control because you have not realized that that child exists. So now, that inner child needs that reassurance now. We can't wait for it. I need it now. And here comes Tanya coming in. Hey, honey, hope you had a good day today. I just came back from work. I hung out with my friends. We went to happy hour. How you doing? You good? Like, you need anything? Well, I was good, but I really wanted to watch this show with you tonight, but you came back like an hour after the show ended, and I don't even know. Like, if I feel like you don't even really want to watch it with me. See what I just did there? Now, if Tanya doesn't have any boundaries, if Tanya could possibly be a people pleaser or some other kind of thing that she got going on, she's going to buy into it just to make you feel comfort. She's going to do whatever you say. Well, next time I'll make sure I'm here, and then we don't have to worry about you, not being by yourself with the thing. Now, both people are now creating a cycle that will probably never end until it gets addressed. But guess what's going to happen to Tanya? Tanya going to eventually get tired of it. On the inside, Tanya's going to probably start resenting John. Why I got to keep doing all I did was go to work and come home with that. You do this about 50, 100, 200 times. Conversations start to change. Now watch what I do next. Put in one in the comments if you want to know what happens next. Because we're going to go a level deeper here. Put a one in the comments. If you want to know what happens next after Tanya starts to resent John, what happens next? So now, Tanya is getting frustrated with this. Tanya is starting to say no. You're doing too much. The Tanya in the comments would tell somebody that too. You're doing too much, right? So look, here comes the plot twist. Tanya starts to get a little resentful and tired of it. So she starts telling John, no, I'm not going to come home early. I already told you I was going out with my friends. I'll be back when I get back, right? What this does is it ignites the anxious attachment in John to where John has to now level up what he does in order to get it, because the normal method doesn't work. The fear of abandonment just went through the roof. So now John has to turn up his performances. He has to turn up the manipulation in a way that Tanya has to spring into action again, even though she's already told you that the original stuff ain't working. I'm done. I'm tired of it. So Tanya is avoidant. And her pulling away from John because John has triggered her has now triggered John into having to do more to get the reassurance that he was getting in the beginning by not having to do too much. John is going to turn into something different now because that need gets heightened when you start depriving him of the reassurance. Now I got to get it even more now because she not really falling for that. So now let's earmark this moment. John is not sitting back making a plan to manipulate. It's being created on the fly because I need it. This didn't work. I got to find another way because she might leave me. She might leave me. Pay attention to the words. If I don't get the reassurance, she might leave me. So now what? She's telling me no now. Right. See, Tanya, let me take a pause. Tanya has been through my system, right? So Tanya ain't going to let it get this far. Right? Because we work on healthy boundaries. And if you're here for the first time, my name is Coach Derek. I am a certified healing journey and relationship coach. So I help you heal, and then I'm the bridge between healing and relationship, even if that relationship is with yourself. I help you find you so that when you go outside, you don't lose you. Did y'all catch that? I be making these things up on the fly. Y'all gonna have to clip these. So now, absolutely right, Frosty. She says John needs to take care of his inner child and communicate his needs before he feels abandoned. Absolutely. Yes. This what you just said, Frosty, is because you've been doing the work. When someone does not do the work, maybe they don't even realize they need to do it. It's on autopilot. You'd be like, shouldn't they know? They don't. Because the part that's supposed to know is bowing down to the inner child. They don't even know it's there. But as a coach, as a therapist, we see how you move and we're like, anxious attachment. But if you ask the person who's doing it, they're going to be like, what are you talking about? This is just who I am. That's how I love. I love really fast. This is just me. Just going to have to deal with it. But they don't. Right? So now, John has to turn it up. Got to figure out a different way to get to Tanya because Tanya then figured out your plan. Not giving you that. You're going to make me not be myself. Pay attention to the words that I'm using. Tanya's saying I wouldn't even be myself anymore if I did all of these things for you. Unnecessarily. When I'm giving you reassurance because I'm right here. Still not good enough. Right? How many people been in a relationship, or this could be you, who have told a person you're not doing enough, and the person says, but I'm right here every day. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed, and the person is like, but I just don't feel like you are. And then you be like, so what else I got to do? You need to figure it out. I got to do what? You got to read my mind. It ain't easy being either one of them, Frosty. Right? John. A healed version of John. Right? That's why I don't need bullet points for this. I wasn't as bad as John, but my anxious attachment, this shows up. It showed up. Past tense. It's still in me, but I know how to I know when it's there. Especially during conflict. So we can talk about that later. Let me look at the time. Okay. Right? But if you'd have asked me this 10 years ago, I'd have been like, the hell you talking about? Right? Unhealed Derek? I got what? And just because you're anxious, just because you're avoidant doesn't mean that you can't be in a relationship. You just got to understand who you are, move accordingly, communicate accordingly. Hey, you know what? This kind of funny. I need for you to make me feel safe. And I just don't know how we're going to do it, but I like what you did there. Can you keep doing that? Because that makes me feel safe inside. Sometimes I might want it a little bit more than you want to give it. Just let me know. Hey, see, that conversation is very, like, it wasn't complicated, but you got to understand who you are. You got to understand how you move. Let me tell you something. As an anxious attachment, right? In communication, in conflict, I don't want you to take no time. I don't want you to leave the room. We gotta solve it now. Because if we don't, my anxiety is going to go up. This is about me. Forget what you need. I need it now so I can feel safe. Right? But when you do the work, right? When you get coached by me, when you understand what this really looks like, then you can say things like, I understand you need space. I really want to talk about it now. But I know if I don't give you the space, this conversation isn't going to go the way that we both want it to go to. So can we meet somewhere in the middle? So I'm gonna take my anxiety and I'm gonna hold it back. But just don't take too much time because it's gonna really, I really want us to get to a better space because But when you don't do that, it's going to piss you off that your partner need time. It's going to bother the hell out of you. You're going to think that they trying to leave you because they went into another room. Ooh, the abandonment wound is kicking in real good now. They left the room to cool off. Hold on, let me follow you and see where you going, because I don't, why you need space? Don't you want to solve the problem? And if you're feeling triggered right now, you're in the right place because I can help you. This is supposed to be to awaken you, to shake you, to know that you need to change. Most anxious attachments don't even know or not even aware that they're in a marriage or a relationship with and avoid it. They think the other person just don't want to don't want to talk. In most cases, it's not that. They need time. We got to give it to them. But they can't be doing no crap talking about I'll be back in 3 days, because then we got a problem, right? I know, Cookie. I know. If you got to dive off, let me know. Or let yourself know. Because I got to do my work. I'm being called to do this. Somebody's tonight, they're going to hear this and they're going to be like, I need to work on this. Guess who else is triggered, Cookie? And y'all be like, why he charged? Because I got to give y'all my internal organs just to be able to help y'all. There's a fee for that. Let me tell you something about that, Frosty. That's baked in to the abandonment wounds. Inadequacy. Not feeling good enough. Especially when your desire and your need for reassurance isn't met. Pay attention where I'm going. Then you don't feel like you're good enough to receive it. And then this is what you do. People pleaser. Well, if I do more, then I'll get the reassurance that I've been looking for. If I love them more, then I'll get, then they'll come back and give me what I want. Oh, damn, I didn't get it again. Let me do some more. When you attach so deeply and you keep ramping it up and the claws go in deeper, you damn right it's going to be hard for you to leave this person. No matter what they do to you. No matter how many times they cheat, you're going to be like, I can make it work. I just got to do more so they can give me the reassurance back again. But what if you never get it? This is why the work that I help you with, and if you need my help, all you got to do is inbox me and say, Coach, I need help. You don't even have to tell me the story. Just say those words and I will direct you where you need to go. We'll figure it out together. You don't have to do this alone anymore. What if they never change? You will, in perpetuity, be chasing the original high just like a drug addict. You can't leave. I don't know. We broke up and I just don't understand why I can't shake them. And I can't because you're attached. We're not talking about love. We're talking about attachment. And most of us, anxious attachments, we're not doing a vetting of anybody. We want you and you ain't leaving. Right? We'll worry about the other stuff later. Got him. I feel reassured. We good. Figure out the rest later. And boy, do we, right? We definitely figure out the rest later, because then we really got to understand and know who we with. And sometimes we're like, how did I get here? When you get coached by me, I'm going to tell you exactly how you got there. You got there in the first week. Didn't even realize it. Let me tell you something. I talk about this a lot. A lot. So when I say this, it's not going to be a surprise. A lot of anxious attachments, we get reassurance in the way that our inner child feels like they need it on the first phone call. Feel comfortable. Feels good. Sound like everything you want to hear. It feels safe. But it's a stranger. But your inner child feels like they're hearing the things that they needed to hear. I know you do, Cookie. I got some resources that are going to be dropping within probably the next week. Not this week, but next week. That's going to help with some of this stuff. I have a workbook for I have a workbook for and a lot of different tools you can use for overthinking, self-love workbook. I got some stuff coming. Y'all haven't really, like, side note, y'all haven't really seen me popping up like I'm normally do. It's because I'm working for you guys. Just stay plugged in. I got stuff that's about to drop silly, like the passion that you hear in my voice tonight, the fact that I don't need PowerPoint slides and bullet points to do these topics. It's because I love what I do, y'all. We got to get this thing together because we're not getting any younger. Yeah, send that to me in a message, Cookie, and I'll send you something. So we talked about this story about John and Tanya, right? And how that whole nuance works, right? And we also talked about how anxious attachments work in conflict. You will always fight your partner if you're anxious and they're an avoidant and y'all don't talk about it. Not the problem, but your character traits. The things that's how you show up. Matter of fact, here's something that most of us don't do. When we meet, Riz is in the building. This is what most of us don't do when we start to enter into a relationship. We don't ask the person before we really get into it, how do you show up when you're in a conflict or argument? What do you normally do? How do you show up? And how do you normally resolve it? Are you the type of person that needs time? Or are you the type of person that likes to get it handled right now? Because I'm the type of person that needs time. What are you? Oh, you need time too? Oh, wait, no, you need to get it. Well, if we're really gonna be together, right? If we're really gonna be together, because I feel like I'm falling in love with you. And it feels amazing to talk to you on the phone every day. But if we stay together long enough, we're gonna have a disagreement. Conflict is going to happen because we're human. Disagreements are gonna happen. So can we mark some time, maybe sometime next week, to talk about how we're going to go about it when it happens? What are we going to do to keep ourselves safe so that we don't do and say things to hurt each other? We need to find some rules of engagement for when it happens because we know it's coming. And now you just told me that you need time. Well, that normally triggers me. We need to figure out how we're going to work through this so that when it happens, we have a game plan. Right? We ain't doing that because we like them. We fell in love. We ain't worrying about that. We can work through anything. It's me and you against the world until y'all fight. Till they raise their voice at you. You could talk about that early too. When you get angry, do you raise your voice? Right? You know one way to fact check that is that when you had the argument, they raised their voice, and you'd be like, "Wait, you said you never raised your voice. That ain't what you playing me. I just saw you yell at that little kid at the store. You ain't as meek as you said. This is character stuff coming out here. Ding, ding, ding. Right? These are discussions we can have early. And it don't hurt. You would be surprised how honest people are when you ask them questions that they literally have to kind of dig a little bit to give you the answer, They'll be like, yeah, when I argue, yeah, I need my space. Like they don't even think about any of the other nuances of trying to please you and make you happy. They just like, yeah, I just, and you'd be like, damn, that was real honest. You, you know the question I used to ask? What's your temperament like? Are you the type of person that's like you quick to anger, you quick to temper? You'll be surprised how honest people are when you ask them these straight up questions. They be like, well, yeah, sometimes I do kind of lose it a little bit. And you be like, damn, thank you for the information because I'm cataloging all of this. Right? Imagine how much information you could get by asking simple questions about things that you know are historically problems in relationships. Like this. So I know I've only known you for 2 months, and it looks like we about to do this. What is cheating to you? Like, what does that look like? What do you consider cheating and not cheating? Because I don't have your life experience and you don't have mine. So I may get real crazy about something that I think is cheating and you don't even think it's cheating because it's worked for you before. I need to figure this out today before we go down that road. We can make some compromises maybe. But so then you give them scenarios. Well, if you go in somebody else's DM, is that cheating? Because this is what happens. Now they have to be accountable to what they said. This will determine how you move later. Wait, we specifically talked about this, and you agreed that it was cheating. Ain't that something? Thank you for showing me who you really are. You get to catalog this stuff early. Once you get a baseline of behavior, you get a baseline of what their moral compass is and all of these things. When they go against what they said is their core, listen to my words, their core values, their core characters. They do something that's 180 degrees from that. That's a whole hell of a lie. Now we in deal breaker territory. Right? And if you're here for the first time, my name is Coach Derek. I am a certified healing journey coach and relationship coach. And every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we do Sit Down and Heal with Coach Derek, where we talk about relationship topics around your healing journey. And healing is always going to be a part of the conversation no matter what we talk about, because I will not ever talk about relationships without talking about healing. We can't separate them. They go together. So just stay tuned. We do this every week. And then I do pop-ups throughout the week. So even if you don't catch Tuesdays, you get the pop-ups. And every Tuesday show and every pop-up will be uploaded to YouTube. So we're gonna keep doing this. So now we went into the brain of an anxious, right? We're looking at how they view the world. The lens that I'm saying they like I'm not one. The lens that we use, we don't want you to leave us. We want to feel safe. Now, everybody wants to feel safe, but the anxious attachment wants to feel safe, but they also don't want to feel abandoned. That wound runs deep. My abandonment was emotional. It wasn't physical. My parents was there. Still affected me. I still get anxious, but I understand what it is now. I still get anxious during conflict, but I know exactly what this thing that heart start beating fast. Oh, and calm down, Derek. If you don't give the time, they're not going to be good for this conversation. Just calm it down. Breathe. They're going to be back. They're just in the other room. They didn't go outside and drive anywhere. Just breathe. It's always there. It's always there. And when I tell you, I used to never let you get that time. You was never going to walk 2 steps away. No. It's not fair. That's why you got to learn who you with. You got to learn. You got to take some time to figure out who your person really is and how they move. And some things they don't like. You got to pay attention to that and stop trying to make them be what you want. You anxious manipulator, you. Because that's what you become. You will manipulate your partner and be a whole victim that you done created in your head just so they could be like, you're the most amazing person ever. I thought you knew this. And you can be like, well, you didn't buy the candy that I wanted from the store. So I felt like you probably didn't care as much as you. I do care. Now you're getting it back. Oh my God, thank you. We're gonna do that again in 2 days. So it's loading. We just got to figure out something else. It can't be the candy next time. Let me see. Oh, they came in with the mail, and you came in with the mail, but you didn't remember to get my bottled water. So maybe you don't like me like you say you do. What? Imagine. There's the finger. Imagine being anxious and you're dating someone who's more anxious than you. When you think they're anxious is too much. And you be like, wait, I get you, but damn, I thought I was clingy. Sheesh. And you be ready to run for the hills. You be like, damn, damn my reassurance. I'm gonna go ahead and roll. This too much. Oh, I've been there too. My anxious wasn't nothing compared to some of the people I went on these and sometimes I'm like, whoa, like, whoa. This a lot. And then sometimes you stay because part of your wound, it makes you a people pleaser. So now you gotta do what they say in order for you not to lose them. Isn't that wild? My own abandonment wound is gonna make me perform these tricks for this person because I don't want to lose them. Because their needs are way bigger than mine. Right? And we'll say, like, on the surface, we'd be like, oh my God, I don't want a clingy person. Till that clingy person meets a people pleaser. Then they gonna be like, this feels good. And then it's gonna be too much. It's gonna be too much. But you're not gonna leave because you need them so that you don't feel like you're alone anymore. Oh. And you gotta stay. Or do you? Or do you? Now we getting into coaching territory. Who are you? And why did you stay an extra 5 years? I say extra because extra from the point where you knew it was some bullshit. Right? I talk about this a lot. Like, all of this stuff, it's like a big spider. It all goes together. It all goes together. But the central point of all of this is understanding yourself. Because when you meet someone, if you understand yourself, then you understand how you fit them or not. But without understanding self and having healthy boundaries and moving around in the way that you need to, you're just going to attach. Well, we're not worried about the rest. That's needed. I need it now. It's going to be you. Let me tell you something. I'm anxious, but I am not as anxious as some of the people I've met. And when I tell you, I feel like I chose them a little bit because I knew they was going to do whatever I wanted them to do. Right? So it's like you pick these people because you know you ain't got to work hard. They're gonna do whatever they gotta do to make sure you don't go nowhere. Oh. Now the next thing I'm gonna say to piggyback onto what I just said, it's gonna sting a little bit. It's gonna sting a little bit. If there's a person who is searching for people who are very anxious attached because they know that they're gonna do whatever they want, they're looking for unhealed people. So when you say, I don't know why they keep finding me, then that doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just means you got work to do. Anxious attachments, if you really think about it, get played the most. Because avoidance gonna run. Narcissists, they're gonna find you if you anxious. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to not be anxious. You just have to be aware that it exists. So they don't take advantage of it. Because that's really the key. Don't change who you are. Just limit who accesses it. That's it. But you gotta do the work first. Let me tell you something. I don't have to read this. I was literally a person who had some childhood wounds and abandonment, and then I would find people that took advantage of it. Like I was the quote unquote victim, and then I became the predator because I got tired of being trampled on. A lot of us become that. And when I was in my predatory mode, I looked for anxious attachment people because I knew they was gonna do whatever the hell I said. Hey, or you got to show up and just treat them okay, and then they're like, okay, here's the keys to my house. Let me tell you something. Can we do a story time? Put it one in the comments. Let's do a story time. Put it one in the comments if you want to do a story time. Oh, I got stories. I'm not a coach for nothing. 41 people in here. If you're here for the first time, my name is Coach Derek. I'm a certified healing journey coach and relationship coach. And I help you understand yourself better. I help you heal so that when you do relationship, you show up better. And if not a relationship, because some of y'all is like, I don't want to meet another person the rest of my life. What's the harm in being a better version of yourself anyway? Let's go. So if you need my help, click the link in the profile or just inbox me and say, hey, coach, I need help, and let me do the rest. So, story time. I met this young lady, but she was older than me, but she young. Y'all ladies like to be called young, even if you're 99. So I met this young lady, and I feel like I met her maybe out at a lounge or something, right? Exchange phone numbers, whatever. So we talking on the phone. It's good, right? Oh, the story times are epic. Just chill. It's coming. So I take this lady out. Dinner, everything's flowing perfectly, right? There's no vetting. Just all vibes. Vibes feel amazing, right? This is what we do. Vibes amazing. Super amazing. She anxious too, right? I know this now. She's more anxious than me. So when I meet her little requirement list, boundaries are gone, right? Talk about this, but this is real. So we go through the first date. It's amazing. We talking on the phone every day. Second date. She says, I want you to come over my house and I want to cook dinner for you. Safety barrier broken, right? I'm not gonna say no. I'm in my trauma. Let's go. So I go to this lady's house or her apartment. It's very nice. And she has a whole Thanksgiving sized dinner with everything there, right? Because she gonna trap her man, right? I'm gonna make sure that he don't just get dinner. He gonna get the whole enchilada times 10. It was stuff everywhere. And she was like, I didn't know what you like, so I just cooked one of everything. And I wanted to make sure that you had what you needed. And I was like, well, damn, I might have to come back here because that's what we doing. So then, as the evening progresses, she brings me a gift in a box, a little box. So I was like, I don't deserve no gift. What is this? You done already cooked the dinner. I open up the box. And it's a key to her apartment in the box. And she said, you're going to be coming over here regularly anyway, so you might as well just have your own key. What? What? Y'all know I talk about safety on here a lot, right? I'm a whole stranger. Second date. Oh, I got several of these. If we got enough time, I'll tell you about the other one. This, like, so I didn't take the key. I took something else, but I didn't take the key, right? Because I ain't go nowhere. I spent the night. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do when we don't give a damn, right? Plot twist. Her anxious was too much for me. Where you at? Where you going? When you coming back? What time you going? When you going to? What? So now, I got to get out of here. How do I break this off? It's too much. So I did what y'all say we supposed to do. Because I was a ghoster, but I didn't ghost this one, right? I was like, you know what? I think this is too much. And I'm going to have to I wish you the best. This is what y'all say we're supposed to do. We wish you the best. And I want you to go be great. I cannot do this anymore. Oh, we're not done. There's more. So now, a week goes by. I'm in my condo chilling. I got to go to work. I'm waking up in the morning. I got to go to work. I got to get up around 7 a.m. And my door. Now, I never told her where I lived. It's her. So now I'm like, do I open the door? Because I don't know what she got. So I'm trying. You know how you do when the Jehovah's Witness. If anybody's a Jehovah's, oh wait, it's TikTok. You don't make no noise, right? Maybe they'll go away, right? She starts kicking the door. I know you in there, your car outside. So my neighbor opens the door and is like, are you good? So she leaves. Now, mind you, I got to go to work. I can't be hiding in my house all day. I got to go to work. So I wait an extra hour. I'm going to be late, but at least I know she gone. Y'all know where this is going. So all right, cool. Let me go to work and clock in. I walk to my car because the car, y'all know some of y'all in these apartments and condos, sometimes your parking space, you can't park in front of your door. You got to walk a little bit, right? So I'm walking to my car and she's standing right next to it. Now I ain't no punk, right? So I'm like, I got to get in my car, man. What do you want? Y'all want to know what she said? Oh, I didn't want nothing. I know that you're kind of done with me. I just wanted to get one last hug, and that's it. And then I'm gone. One last what? You didn't kick my door. So to the topic here, she did everything in her power to force the reassurance out of me because she did not want to feel alone. She expedited the process so that she could feel like you was never going to leave. And you know what you do when you don't want them to leave? This is what you do early. This is what y'all say. Right, restraining order, right? This is what y'all say in the beginning. Before y'all even get real deep into the relationship, you be like, promise me you're going to be with me forever. I don't know you yet. Promise me you won't ever leave. You say you love me, right? You're going to love me for the rest of your life, right? Say that you will. Promise me. Wait, what? Y'all know y'all be doing that. Y'all know y'all be doing that. Promise me you'll be with me for the rest of your life. I'm like, did we get married? Holy shit. Harmika, don't do that because I'm getting triggered. They be asking these questions in like the first 3 weeks, the first whatever, and you be like, I got a question to ask you. Can you promise me? Remember that movie Thin Line Between Love and Hate, right? You promise me you're going to be with me forever. Fellas, we say yes. And they be like, gotcha. Now you can't leave because you said out your mouth that you promised that you would never leave me. Here's those absolute words, Ormiga. You said you was never going to leave me. What time is it? What time? So let me So look. Let's give you another number. Put a 2 in the comments. You want another one real quick. I got a bunch of them. They all just as wild. Put a 2 in the comments. You want another one? Or else I'm gonna wrap the show up. When I tell you I put myself in some situations. But here's the thing. All the things we teach you in relationship coaching, vetting, boundaries, deal breakers, standards, and all. Who was doing that in the 90s? We weren't doing that. Boundaries, what's that? So now, it's going to sound similar, right? This is why when you come to me in coaching, I'm going to be like, there's a pattern in the people that you chose. Oh, it's going to sound so I don't even know. Like, it's like, did y'all take a class or something? So look, I met this young lady online way, way, way back in the day. Back when they had black and white TVs and horses and carriages before, all the way back, right? And I know they didn't have TVs, and I know that. I'm just saying, a long time ago. I met this lady online. She was in a sorority, doing their thing. She had a kid. And I didn't care about the kid because. So we talk on the phone. This is where y'all get all mushy. You talk on the phone for weeks. You done built this false sense of trust on the phone. First date. Yo, I want to take you out on the, can we go out? Y'all in y'all safety, man. She says, no, we don't have to go out. You could just come to my house. My son gonna be asleep in the back, and I'll just cook you dinner here. Now, some of y'all might know, but my birthday is in December. So we're in the month of December, but not like near my birthday. So I go to the house, right? That's what we was doing. Her son gonna be in the back, right? This should be dangerous, right? You should be like, he can't come over here while my son, he didn't care. So now I'm knocking on the door. And when I tell you, forget that first scenario, this thing was laid the hell. I was like, how many people you feeding? How many people are you feeding tonight? Because this is ridiculous. It was good though, but it was a lot. You don't know me. First date, I'm already in the house. Your son in the back sleep. He's got to be like 10. I'm eating the food. Here come this little dude. Hi. And I'm like, yo, like, this wasn't part of the deal. You could. How you doing, little dude? But can he go out? So he go in the back, keep doing this thing, playing video games with the door closed, right? Out of food out. Here she come. I know your birthday is coming up soon. So I hope you didn't mind. I got you a few gifts. When I tell you she came out with bags, I got cologne and shirt and all this stuff, right? And I'm like, I ain't earned this. Well, I figured your birthday was coming, so I went ahead and bought you a bunch of things because I wanted to make sure that you had somebody that cared about you like that. See these two words underneath me, right? She wanted to make sure I didn't go nowhere. So she thought that she fed me and she bought me gifts and I'm in her house, that I'm secure now. He's supposed to see that he probably not going to get this nowhere else. Right? Supposed to work. I don't have to worry about being by myself. We'll worry about the little dude in the back later, but I got my man. First date. Now, of course I had dessert, right? But when I left, because y'all know when you're doing all of that, dessert is included, right? Like I didn't have to ask for it. Because that was supposed to secure me too, right? So now remember, guys, this wasn't last year. This was a long. Don't do me like I don't do this anymore. I can't. Right? I can't do it. But and won't. But I left that day knowing that I would never see her again. Because ain't no way in hell. It's giving misery, right? Y'all remember that movie? I gotta stop doing that, right? Like I had to stop. Like, you don't know. It could have been some dudes in there ready to beat me up. I don't. So, gentlemen, we got to worry about our safety too, damn it. Like, what the hell? We got to have boundaries too, right? Like, you damn right I kept the gifts. What you talking about, Willis? I kept all that stuff. I want her money to go to waste. Yeah, I didn't do a traditional ghost. It was like a gradual ghost. We still talked on the phone, but I just never went back. She didn't have any kind of requirement that we go out or any. She just wanted me to keep coming to her house. Um, mm, and that wasn't forward. That was I don't know what the word is, but that was more than forward. And here's the plot twist, guys. Y'all are all like not y'all, but y'all figuratively, ladies, y'all be online talking about, oh, the man's gotta, be a provider. And I didn't spend a dime. This wasn't even a coffee date. Y'all was real relaxed with y'all safety back in them days, huh? Like, let me stop. I'm gonna have to stop because I'm telling y'all too much. I should do a Zoom and we should all just share all of our dating our dating woes. Just get it out of our system. Right? Like, here's the coachable moment. Because there's several. There's several coachable moments here. And we're talking about anxious attachment. I'm doing what you told me not to do, Tanya. Safety. Let me just give you all the buzzwords. We're not even gonna coach. Safety, stranger, safety, safety, stranger, safety, stranger, stranger, safety, stranger, danger, safety in question. You got to care about that. Should be at least like this. The safety should be like the base. Abandonment wounds on level 3000 will cause you to make a lot of irrational decisions just to get your reassurance needs met. People that have a very high, like anxious attachment, they can't sit at home by themselves. They need that drug. You got to understand where it comes from. You got to understand the sources. It's like anything. It's just like anything. You got to understand where it comes from, understand why it happened, look at your behavior and look at your pattern. Like I do this with you in my own way. You're just going to have to inbox me. And then we learn how to manage it. Because we can't delete childhood wounds, but we can identify them and learn how to manage it better so that when we start to do things, here's another anxious attachment phrase. I fall in love fast. It's just who I am. Well, you can learn to control that. If you're saying out your mouth you fall in love fast, then we need to create boundaries so that when you do meet people, that you stop yourself and you make assessments. You can learn new behavior. But if you don't identify what it is and how it happened and what you're going to keep doing it. Not because you don't know better, but because your inner child is running your ass. They need that attachment because mommy and daddy didn't give it to them. So we're taking it from John. We're taking it from Tanya. We're taking it from whoever we meet, and we hope we find somebody that's willing to do what we want so we can stop. We don't care if it's a narcissist. We don't care if it's somebody that treats us bad. They're present. My parents weren't present. And when you attach deep enough to this person that's present, when you find out it's not right, you're going to feel stuck. I don't even have enough self-esteem left to even leave. I might as well just stay and figure it out. And then you be calling me talking about, well, my man, this is just a scenario. It's not picking on women. Okay, stop it before you type. I need you to help me make my man communicate better. I need you to help make him more emotionally. You've been with him how long? 3 years. So you didn't know that your man wasn't emotionally available, emotionally intelligent. He was a horrible communicator. You just finding out now? Can I make him change? No. He can, though, if he wants to. You can't make him change. You signed up for this because you needed to be attached. So I'm going to land this plane What's tomorrow? Wednesday? Y'all could get a pop-up tomorrow. That's gonna be in the daytime, like probably on the East Coast, like lunchtime or something. We gonna get it in on the early side. But I appreciate you guys for coming. If you got triggered tonight, you're in a safe space. All you got to do is inbox me and we can talk about how to manage it better. And it's not going to be overnight. This is a journey, not a destination. Wait, I got a t-shirt that says, wait, y'all don't even click the link in the bio to know that there's a t-shirt that says that. If you scroll down on the site, there's a whole merch shop with all kind of good. Like y'all ain't gonna get a workshop, get a t-shirt. Right? I got stuff. And I got the stuff that's coming out in the next, let's say 2 weeks. In the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna have an electronic library for you guys with journals and workbooks and all kind. I've been working my ass off for y'all. Here's the other notable thing. Y'all are used to the workshops being a certain price. That price is going up February 1st. We're not pushing it back. I did that last year. The workshops are 50, they're going up to 75. But you can split the payments in half and do 2 monthly payments if you want to. You can do, it's all kind of stuff on there. Klarna, Affirm, like it's so many things I programmed into there. And even at 75, still undervalued. So if you want to get them for 50, even at 50, you can split the payments in 2. Get them before this weekend. And there's going to be somebody on here like, why are you charging? Why can't we just have it? I'm not. Don't do me. Don't do me. See how I'm looking at you right now? Stop it. And even if you can't afford the workshop, ebooks and all kind of stuff coming that's going to be at prices that y'all, so you can get something versus nothing. Because continuing your life the same way without any change, you don't like it now. What makes you think you're going to like it in 2026? We ain't doing resolutions here. We doing life changes. Get the help. Even if it's not through me. But I'm a hell of a coach. I'm quick. Let's get you right. Because the results you've been having ain't what you want. And you won't get a perfect result, but I'm going to tell you one result that you cannot deny. Being a better version of who you are now. And you don't have to do it by yourself anymore. That's the win. That better version of yourself then shows up into relationships better. They become better parents. They become better sons and daughters. So healing is essential for every part of your life. Every part. Even if your healing is the inspiration for somebody else to heal. It's a win. Because now you got 2. 2 becomes 4. 4 becomes 8. Now we got a community. Now your dating pool looks different. I'm on a mission, y'all. I'm on a mission. And so, just real quick, in addition to my suite of things that I offer, I'm also attached to a free Discord community. And a lot of you guys aren't familiar with Discord. Go on my site and look for the Mind Your Mental. It's like Mind Your Business, but Mind Your Mental community. You download an app called Discord, follow the instructions. It's a bunch of us in there. It's free. So get in there and have community 7 days a week where you can chime in and check in. And we got some, and there's coaches that are in there with different disciplines. Get in there. And there's some things that are coming down the pipe that will foster more engagement there. But in the interim, just get in there. And then even if you're getting coached by me, this helps you throughout the week with accountability and things like that. So either way, even if you're here for the first time, at least you could do is follow me and tap the screen and do all the things and just keep coming back, because I do pop-ups throughout the week almost once a day, depending on what I got going on. And we just going to keep doing this stuff until y'all get it so that you can stop rescheduling your healing journey. How many times you reschedule getting yourself together because you're looking out for everybody else but you? Everybody else but you. You last. Every New Year's resolution, you last. We got to put ourselves first so that we can show up for the things that we really want in life. Better. Not perfect. Better. Most of us don't even know what better looks like because we've been the same person our whole lives. What's better? So, in conclusion, I don't have to convince you that you need to heal. You knew that before you came here tonight. I am here to help you not do it by yourself. That's my job. That's it. That's all. Click the link in the bio. You can see everything that I do. And then some. You will be surprised. And again, those rates are going up. So if you want to get them now, even if you split the payments, get it now anyway, because you're going to need it. Now, here's what I am going to do for people who are new to me. The bundle, the Healing Journey bundle, is 4 workshops. I'm going to leave that price for 1 week. So people who already bought stuff for me, y'all are going to be like, but what about me? I did. No. New people. Get the bundle. Your first 4. It don't even matter what your issue is. You're going to have to heal anyway. So just get that. It's going to handle like most of your stuff. You don't even realize it. The shadow work and the attachments. We just talked about one of the attachment styles and the being triggered and all of that's in there. But you gotta, and even that payment you can split in half. I'm gonna leave that up for 1 week, but the rest of the stuff, $75. Now, the ebooks and all that stuff, $18, $15. When I announce this electronic I'm gonna give it a catchy name. But when the library, it's gonna be stacked. You're gonna be like, wait, self-love, wait, how to calm my mind? Oh, overthinking. Oh, it's another journal. Oh, it's another. Y'all gonna be like, yo, like, what am I waiting on? I told him I couldn't afford the 75, get the 18. Do something until you can. I'm looking at you like this and I'm talking with this tone because we got to stop making excuses, man. Seriously. Like I'm doing all of this stuff. And a lot of the stuff I'm doing is unprecedented because I'm also an engineer. So I'm designing things based on how I interact with you guys in real time. It's not no cookie cutter stuff. So you got to at least inbox me and say, Coach, I need help. Even if you don't pay for anything, at least you know where to start. Matter of fact, let me tell y'all something. I be thinking about my shit. If you go on there right now, the boot camp that we did is $10. That's not going to change because that's not a workshop, right? That'll always be there for people who need to get in the mindset of where y'all stop making excuses. And no, you can't split the $10 into 2 monthly payments. Just go get the boot camp then. And then you'll get to see how you already on here. But if you need more, testimonies are on there. I love y'all. And I want y'all to heal. But hopefully, after everything I said, and I'm about to drop this mic, you'll make a decision to sit down and heal. My name is Coach Derek, your healing journey and relationship coach. Keep rocking with me because I'm rocking with you. And I'll see you later. Y'all have a good night. If I find this mouse button, I will actually click the button so it'll look like I'm really dropping the mic.
Sit down and heal with Coach Derek.